Jackson here with the Quintessential Gentleman, and I am here with Yisrael Wright, the men's grooming specialist. Israel, appreciate you.
I appreciate
for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit with us and share what you do with our subscribers.
Yeah, no problem.
So how's everything going with you?
Everything is great. The year's starting off really well. We busy with classes. Just finished up a workshop and a conference this past weekend, and then at the end of the month I'll be going out to LA to do a workshop. Exclusive Next Level Learning Workshop on the 28th, and then back in Atlanta for the Super Bowl, a couple events that I'll be working. So yeah, just trying to hit 2019 with everything I got.
Busy man. So let's go ahead and get into it. If you would, tell us a little bit about Yisrael Wright and the exclusive experience.
Like you said before, I'm a men's grooming specialist, meaning I specialize in all the additional services most barbers don't, from ingrown hair removal, different extractions, facials, scalp treatments, beard treatments, bald therapy, just different things that I found would separate me from the average barber, and things that I knew would allow me to just get different type of clientele that I wanted to cater to versus just taking any regular walk-in or just people that wanted only a haircut.
Okay. So how did men's grooming become a passion of yours?
It just became something that, again, it was niche based. So it's like, I know that men's grooming is a thing, but I just don't see many people doing it. And I also understand, once I started getting into men's grooming, I started to see that it was a need for it. Like, a lot of men don't know how to take care of themselves. And a book that I came across a little while ago is by the owner of Kiehl's. I don't know if you heard of Kiehl's products. No, but he has like a whole facial line, and he was just talking. It's a book called Man Made, and he talks about how men never really get taught how to groom themselves from the time that they're a child to the time that they get older. It's just like, as long as you don't stink, like, you're good. So I'm like, okay, well, with that, I do want to make sure that I can provide services or products for men that are looking to groom themselves a little bit more. And I've been seeing grown men like me give them information they've heard for the first time, and they're 30 and 40 years old. So I'm just like, I know there's a need for it. I want to help other people learn it, other barbers learn it, and I want to be able to educate my clients so they don't have to say, well, nobody ever told me.
So what type of education did you get, and how important do you feel it is to educate all of your clients?
Well, I went and got a certification out in DC. I flew out there, this was like 3.5 years ago, right around the time my daughter was born, and just made an investment and learned, I think, 3 services at the time, which was the facial, an exfoliating shampoo, and colorless new shade, which is the bumps on the back of people's neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I offer
that's
that
called
service.
what?
Colorless new shade.
Colorless new shade.
Yeah, colorless new shade.
Okay.
So it's like folliculitis, pretty much.
That?
It's like keloid skin, but it's really just ingrown hairs, but a lot of them that end up getting like turning into almost keloids because of just the wrong products, continuing to use a razor in that area or something like that re-irritates the area. So yeah, it's just a product and a service that I offer, pretty much a treatment that I offer that helps clear that up. Definitely can guarantee positive results on that. So for any men that are looking to clear that up on the back of their neck or even under their neck, I also offer the ingrown hair removal too. Colloidless. New shade. Keloid. Alis. New shade. Keloidless.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the whole education piece, how important is it for men to understand these proper grooming techniques, the products they're using, and what are the best things that work for their hair, their skin, and things of that nature?
Well, it's extremely important, obviously, again, because most men are never taught ever in their whole entire life. So unfortunately, barbers don't take the time to educate themselves a little bit more outside of just being able to cut hair. So you're pretty much cheating your clients because there are different problems that they have. And what I always let people know is, and it's just kind of one of those common sense things, but a lot of clients period, come to the barber more than they go to their doctors or their dentist. So with that, it's like we're not giving out any prescriptions. We're not giving out any type of like additional education in which you go to a doctor and they'll give you, all the information that you need to help different ailments that you might have or different types of things that you might be suffering from. So most barbers will literally cut your hair and just keep it pushing, but they're not offering facials, they're not offering shampoos, they're not offering pretty much basic things that can help you in those areas. So I think it's extremely important for not only barbers to know, but our clients to know. So I focus on making sure that clients have the products to take care of their skin, scalp, and hair once they leave my suite. And I think that's helped me again in my business because it gives me a retail option. A lot of barbers don't take advantage of selling retail, which is a whole nother stream of income. So with the education for barbers, I teach them how to maximize their potential, selling products, offering additional services, charging higher price points, and just separate themselves from the average everyday barber.
Okay. So within that, there are two things that I want to touch bases on. So the education piece. So you've taken your experience from the chair to the classroom at the next level learning. So tell us about the next level learning and how people can be a part of that.
Yeah. So like I was saying, next level learning is just helping barbers maximize their potential. It's a limitless industry that we're in. We have a limitless profession, so nobody can tell you how much your services should be except for you. You get to put a price point on things, but however, over time, clients have been able to pinpoint and dictate what you should charge. Like if I asked you how much is a typical haircut, what would you say?
I would say $20.
Right, so where did you get that from?
I got it from the barbers that I've been used to going to.
Right, so if I say how much is a 24 karat gold facial service, how much would you say it is?
I would say I don't know because I've never
Exactly.
had one
So
before.
we get an opportunity to take back our price points because we're offering services that clients have never had before, but they need. So it becomes way more valuable. Our business has become way more valuable than just giving them a $20 haircut. So with that, okay, now I'm separating myself so I can charge $40, $50, $60 for a haircut because I'm giving you way more than just that cut. I'm giving you the information, I'm giving you the products and the solutions that you need for just the everyday common issues that you might have.
Okay, so when it comes to being secure about that higher price point, how important is it to, be secure in what it is you do and know that what you offer is, something that people need?
Yeah. Just having an education behind it, like that definitely will set you apart. Also, professionalism. Really big part of my business is just making sure that I'm professional behind the chair and, in the everyday atmospheres because I'm a business and I'm a brand. So making sure that I'm mindful of how I'm talking, who I'm talking to, networking events, the things that I associate myself with, the people I associate myself with. It's definitely things that I'm cognizant of. I don't just, out here like you see a lot of people that aren't really mindful of their brands. I understand that I'm trying to do something bigger, so I have to act accordingly.
So how do you overcome people's objections? How do you overcome those potential no's and turn them into yeses and clients?
It's not for everybody. And I'm okay with that. And I'm so confident in what I do because it's different than what other people do. I can stand on that. And I'm big on just showing them the difference. And then once you experience it, then you'll be like, okay, I get it. Even if it's a one-time thing. Some people just come for big events like birthdays, graduations, weddings, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But it's more of an investment than I'm spending a couple dollars on a haircut. So I'm all right with that.
Okay, so tell us about the exclusive experience.
Okay. Well, the exclusive experience is not just a haircut. It's not just a facial. It's really just the full everything that you get while you're in my chair or we're in each other's presence. Like it's a opportunity to share information, resources, different tips on things. So I've been able to grow my business through my clients, and I call it client utilization.
Okay.
And that's really just sharing information between myself and them to be mutually beneficial for each other. So like you were talking about before, like the barber might be talking, but it's like he's not talking about anything of any significance, any importance at all. But I just make sure I'm having intentional conversations. So if I need help with credit, I know I have somebody that's good with credit. I'm having good conversation with them. I'm giving them information so they feel way more open with me than they would with another person or another barber. This also is a suite, so it's a lot more intimate. So people feel a lot more comfortable sharing information in here than they would in a typical barbershop.
So how important is it to make your chair, your suite, that comfort place for your clients?
This is a place where I feel like that most clients get an opportunity to just relax for the first time in a long time. So I'm really mindful of their peace, more than my own. Like, I definitely want to make sure that they're comfortable and that they're not really, bothered with everything going on outside, because it's a crazy world right now, like we know. But if you can get on my chair for 45 minutes and just take your mind off everything, that really makes me happy. So I find a lot of value in that.
Okay, so we know a haircut makes a man feel like a completely different person.
That's a fact.
Added with the facial, that could make you look like
right.
a completely different person.
Right.
So adding those different things and expanding, do you have plans to expand this year? And if so, what things are you adding to the list?
Yeah, so that's great that you asked. I do plan on expanding, adding additional groomers besides myself, plus massage therapist, esthetician, nail technician as well. Pretty much creating that full men's grooming experience that I know men need. We don't get the same attention that most women do when they go to the spa or when they go and get a facial or go get their nails done. And then it's also a stigma that most men have when it comes to going in those type of environments, because they don't want to get these services around women. So if I can create that environment where men feel comfortable getting it, I think it's perfect. So that's what I'll be doing moving forward.
So creating that environment, is a great thing because a lot of men need it. So how important is it for a man to be properly groomed?
Oh man, it's everything. Like you said, just getting a haircut will make you feel like an entirely different person. It helps with your confidence, just the pep in your step that you'll have, everything. It really makes you feel like a whole new person. So I think it's important. I know it's important, and I just want other people to value how important it is, because that can make or break getting a significant other. That can make or break getting a job. Everything. So taking care of yourself is important. You only get one body, kind of, depending on how you make it work. But just make sure that you take care of your body, from your diet, water intake, hygiene, exercise, and then probably groom yourself when you get in your chair or get in the chair with your barber.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that you are the father of a
Daughter.
How old is she?
She is 3.
A 3-year-old baby girl.
Yes.
So how has that experience changed you and influenced how you've, done your business?
It's changed everything for me, honestly. I know most people will say that kids is like their saving grace, but I experience it with them, so I understand it a lot better. She just made me tighten up. I knew at that point in my life, it wasn't about me no more. So that made me change the way that I was acting, from just partying to kicking it again, to not being mindful of what my brand was really about, and realizing that I was a representation of her. Yeah, versus it just being about the business, and so I had to make her look good. So I'm doing my part, and she's staying on top of me. Just as long as she's still here, I got constant motivation.
So your daughter being a major source of inspiration for you, how involved is she in your business?
She's very involved on two different ways. I'll bring her in here sometimes. If I have to watch her and her mother might be at work, my clients love her. It's times where they won't even speak to me first. They'll speak to Bella first, or they'll come in and be like, "Where Bella at?" So she's a fan favorite, I guess. She's people's I guess they look forward to seeing her when they come in here. So that's important. And then also, I created a product around her name, Isabella Renee, the rose water, because I do the additional services and I know the importance of rose water, which is a natural astringent. It's just good for hydrating the skin. I just wanted to find some way that I can get her really incorporated in the business and set her up for the future.
Okay. So, raising a young girl at this point that's gonna grow into a young woman, what is some advice that you were given in your childhood that you still use that you plan on sharing with your daughter?
Shit happens. That's life. Like, stuff is gonna continue to happen. There's never gonna be a time where stuff doesn't happen. So whether you want it to go great or you want it to go bad, whatever, stuff happens. You gotta keep it pushing. So don't dwell on one moment and act like that's the end of the world, because life is gonna go on if it's supposed to, and you just gotta keep pushing.
Okay. So I think you've given us a lot, and there's a lot more.
Continue. You're good.
Oh,
You're good.
okay.
Just adjusting it. You're good.
So I'm here now, and as you guys can see, I am fully draped in the cape.
Yeah.
And I am about to get a
24 karat gold facial.
Now tell us about that.
Yes. So this is a hydrating facial that is pretty much a client favorite. A lot of people like it. It looks great for the gram. If you want to take a nice selfie, a lot of people like it, but it's just good for the skin. Hydrates the skin. If you do have any skin type, the collagen helps with the dryness, helps with oily skin, all that. So it's a great service. People love it, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it too.
Okay. So we appreciate it, first of all. And let people know how they can book you, stay in contact with you, see what events you have going on.
Definitely. You can go to YisraelWright.com. That's YisraelWright.com for any of my booking, whether it's you want services or you want to book me for speaking events, engagements. The Next Level Learning is also on there. So if you're a barber, aspiring barber, and you're looking for next level education, you can also sign up and register there. Or you can catch me on Instagram, where I do a lot of my content at exclusive. That's YIZCLUSIVE.
You have a book.
I do.
Tell us about that book.
All right, so I wrote a book a little bit over a year ago called Entrepreneur, What I Wish They Would Have Told Me. And it is the 12 key intangibles of entrepreneurship. The things that I found, again, from me being intentional behind the chair, I had conversations with clients that are CEOs of $1 million companies and the person that just got out of jail. And I figured out, okay, what was the silver lining between the successful person and the unsuccessful person, or the person that's on the cusp of being more successful, and locking into the intangibles, the things that you can't even touch, but that you have inside of you that will help your business and your personal for the better. So I broke the word down into an acronym. So for each letter of the word entrepreneur, I came up with an intangible word. So E being energy, N networking, T trust, R resourcefulness, and just so on and so forth throughout the book. And it's gotten great reviews. I have a lot of personal experiences in there, even telling my story on how I became an entrepreneur, and just the things that I wish somebody would have told me about entrepreneurship. And like I said, it's gotten great reviews so far, and just looking to take that to the next level too.
So there you have it, guys. I have just received the exclusive experience. It's an experience that I feel every man, every woman, every boy, every girl should experience in their lifetime. It makes you feel good. It makes you look good. The exclusive experience.
Check me out, the exclusive experience in Buckhead. You will not be disappointed with the experience. It's what you desire and what you deserve. So come check me out.